One of my first teachers said, you know your needs, you know yourself. Know thy needs, know thyself. And we were talking about this in one of my classes yesterday about needs. And I'm going to get into that in a minute because this is really actually really important for you to listen to. So hearing know thy needs, know thyself. When we know our needs, and allow ourselves to get our needs met, we are able to get at peace. So I'm teaching this theta class and we're talking about how when we have our needs met, we can rest within ourselves. Like we're not wanting for anything. We're not striving. We're not like grasping for anything. And I was at, I'm leasing a horse right now, and I was on him, riding him. It was like one of the first times. So fun. And his middle name is Content, this horse. He's just chill. And like we're walking next to another horse, like my trainer's on her horse, I'm on him. And the other horse is like biting him and pushing him. And he's, he was not content. And Steckler is just like, okay, like I'm good, I'm chilled out. And then she said, he has all his needs met, so he's at peace. And I thought that is so interesting. And it reminded me of what my teacher said when we have our needs met. We know when we have know thy needs, know thyself. So when we have our needs met, we're at peace. So here's what I'd love to encourage you to do is to really think about your needs in 4 categories. What are your top 5 needs? Emotional needs? What are your top 5 mental needs? What are your top 5 physical needs? And what are your top 5 spiritual needs? So mental could be, I need to have stimulating conversation, or mentally I need to be learning something new. Emotional might be like, I really need to feel seen and heard. Emotional might be like, I need to be able to cry and not feel bad about it. Whatever it is, or I need to feel a heart connection with someone. Physically, these are the things I need to do to feel good and safe in my body. So start thinking about it. You can even do an exercise around it and write them out, and then get honest with yourself. Are you allowing yourself to get those needs met? And the reason I'm using the term allowing is because we are not a victim to anything. It's like, if you're not getting your needs met, you're an adult. We got to figure it out. If I'm not getting my needs met, I am an adult and I need to figure it out. Like what is in the gap of me getting my needs met? If you're not getting your needs met, what is in the gap? And like, if one of your needs is money, this is where a lot of people, and trust me, I've been in this pattern myself. It's like we can be a victim to money. If you're not getting your money needs met, what is a way that you can get your money needs met? And you might be saying, I'm on Social Security, or I don't, I have a pension and there's only so much I get every month, and all of these things, right? We limit ourselves. It's like, if money or anything, any of these categories, and you're feeling like I can't get my needs met in there because I've reached a limit or it's not going to go anywhere, think outside the box. This is what makes us so creative and so powerful. It's like when we start to realize we're not a victim to anything, and we can choose to switch things around, then you can get your needs met. I have heard miracle stories around money, around emotional things, around spiritual things, when people just simply ask the universe, ask their guides, ask God, ask themselves, and declare, you know what? I'm declaring this now. I'm declaring that I'm going to get my financial needs met. I'm declaring that I'm going to get my relationship needs met. And that's another thing. If you're really wanting to date someone and you're single and you're like, it's not happening, or it's never going to happen, or I don't want to go on the apps. I hear that a lot, and I'm not judging it at all. It's like, I hear a lot of times where people say, I really want to be in a relationship. And I'm like, well, what are you doing to be in a relationship? Nothing, right? I don't want to go on the apps, or I don't want to be out in public, or I don't want to go sit at a coffee shop. I don't want to talk to people. So it's like, what's going to happen? They're going to knock on your door and be like, I'm here. I'm here. My point in this is like, you got to put yourself out there. If you're not getting your needs met, how can you get your needs met so that you can be at peace? And this is the path of the spiritual warrior, is we are not a victim. You're not a victim. And when we start to think that way, it might not happen today. You may not, financially turn around your finances in one day, or you may not find Prince Charming going on one app or going to one coffee shop. But if you keep putting in the legwork, it will turn around. And if you're like, oh, but I've tried that and it hasn't turned around, keep working with it. And then here's another thing. And the last thing I'll say is, if you're not getting your needs met and you're feeling like really defeated around certain things, and maybe, there's areas in your life where you're rocking it and you are getting your needs met, but there's some that you're not, and you're feeling like it's not going to work out, or feeling sorry for yourself. And especially if it's around something like you want to manifest a relationship, or you want to manifest more money, or you want to manifest a business and your business isn't doing well, whatever it is, ask yourself, what is your unconscious no? Meaning that if you're saying you want to be in a relationship and you're not, there is a part of you that is not aligned with it. And that is a fact. Period. When we're aligned, all parts of ourselves are aligned, we manifest what we want. And it's the same thing with money or anything else, right? If there's a part of you, if you're like, I want to make $20,000 a month, or I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be wealthy, I want to be secure, but it's not, that hasn't transpired yet, ask yourself, what part of yourself is holding you back? And it could be a part that has beliefs around money, right? Money is the root of all evil. Money, we didn't have money growing up, I can't have that, whatever. Dig deep, because then once you start to align all the parts, and all the parts are a yes to whatever it is, that's when the miracles happen. When I was single and I say, I want to be in a relationship, but I wasn't manifesting it and going from one jerk to another, like literally one jerk to another. There was a part of me that was like, I'm a no to commitment. I'm scared of being hurt. So I would go out with people where I know there would be no chance of us, having a relationship, because I had a very big part of me that was like, I'm a hell no. I'm so scared of opening my heart. But of my conscious mind, I was like, I'm lonely. I want a family. I want to be with someone. But then this other part of me was like, our heart's not open. So I had to I did a lot of work to get that need met, really looking at that part, really trying to understand, what does she need so she can feel safe to be vulnerable. So that'd be my suggestion this week. Do the needs thing, look at it, and honestly ask yourself, if you're getting your needs met, and if you're not, what's in the gap? What's in the gap? We have multiple lives. I believe in past lives, but right now we're in this one. Let's make this one like amazing. Get your needs met, especially those of us that didn't get our needs met as kids. I didn't. So we have to create it, right? We got to create it for ourselves. That's how powerful you are. You can create it for yourself because you're super duper super duper califragilisticexpialidocious powerful. I mean, there are places I can still go into like, oh, it's not working. And I have to be really careful, or I can't get that need met because XYZ, right? When I was in San Francisco as a victim to the city, I didn't want to live in a city anymore. How do we get out of here? How do we get out of here? Oh my God, I'm never going to get out of here. Oh, my husband's job. I got out of there, right? It didn't happen in the timeline I wanted it to, but it was the timeline that it needed to happen, right? It was a timeline that was perfect. So, okay, I'm done talking. All right, know thy needs, know thyself. Remember Steckler, you get your needs met, allow yourself to get your needs met, manifest it. Whew, and you will be at peace. All of us will. So there'll be no more struggle. There'll be no more want. There'll be no more grasping. All right, my name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next video.